Hello, Ellen.
Shavua Tov.
Shavuot, how are you?
Okay.
It's late.
Oh, it's too many questions. Too many questions.
I agree. I mean, just don't understand that.
All right. How's the daughter? She have a baby yet?
No, she had. That's why we Mazel Tov. She had a baby girl. Yesterday.
Very great girl. Oh, very wonderful. So we missed the Shalom Zocher, huh? We have to have a Shalom the Keva now, huh?
Yeah. I think it's yeah.
Give the walk, everybody.
Mazel Tov already. Mazel Tov. I just heard.
Baby boy.
Baby boy. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Cancel the boil. It's a goyle, huh?
No, it's baby boy.
No, it's
Any
baby
day
boy.
for the bris?
No. Yaakov and I are coming home tonight.
Really?
Susie is staying. I've been here already 10 days. I have surgery this week.
Okay.
But I had an aliyah yesterday where they they gave the Misha Berech for the Ben, and so that was nice being there for that.
Was it a boy or a girl?
A boy.
Oh, I thought you said it's a girl.
No, boy.
Oh, wonderful. Wow.
Okay, so we're on Samech Bays, Ahmed Bays on the bottom. We're dealing with the story of Rabbi Akiva. That Rabbi Akiva came back. He also has about the Tresrei Alfe Talmidei. He had 12,000 Talmidim. Shammai Lahu Sabbath the Kamerle Adkama Komedabrit Almanus Chaim. Rabbi Akiva overheard a conversation between some old woman and Rabbi Akiva's wife. Saying, how long are you going to let your husband treat you like a widow while he's still alive? Because he's been away in yeshiva 12 years. Concern for you? Amrele, so Rabbi Akiva's wife said back to the old woman, if he asked me, Yosef he would stay another 12 years. So Omar, Rabbi Akiva said to himself, Bershus kavidna. Oh, I have Reshus of my wife. Hoder Azul, the Yosef Tresori Shani Achrini Beveira. He spent another 12 years in yeshiva, so now he's away 24 years. Kiyasa, when he came back, after the end of that, he came back home. I see Badayasin Varba Alfei Talmid. He had 24,000 Talmidim. Shamat Visu. His wife heard that Rabbi Akiva's back. Havakunav Kalape. So she wanted to greet her husband. Ermele Shevavisa. So the neighbor said to her, She'ili mani levush v'chsa, go borrow clothing that's appropriate to go greet the Gadol Hador. Because I guess he wasn't there for 24 years. She didn't have money. Remember, her father banned her from getting a nickel from him. He was a wealthy man. So she was living bedachkus. Armelu yodei tzadik nefesh behemta. The tzadik knows, he'll know me. I'm his wife, he'll recognize me. Kimot lagabe, when she confronted Rabbi Akiva, nafla alapa, she fell on her face. Komenashki lelakar was kissing his feet. Havu kamadch v'lei shamai. So he had a bunch of gaboim, and they chased her away. Amar lahu shviku. So Rabbi Akiva said to the gaboim, leave her alone. Shali v'shalachem shalahu. That I have, the Torah that I have, and the Torah you all have, it's all due to her. Shama avua dasa gavi rabbi lamasa. Her father, Kalba Savua, heard that a great man had come to the city. Omar Ezel Gabe, I'll go to him. Efshar de Mefer Nidroy. The Kalbasu had made a neder that if you marry this man, I'm going to take all, I'm going to cut you off from all money. Maybe this Talmid Chacham will be able to mefer the neder. Also Gabe. So Kalbasu presented himself to Rabbi Kiva. Omar Lei, Adaited Gabe Rabbi Mina Dart. Rabbi Kiva said to him, if the person that your daughter had married would become a great man, would you have made the neder? What do you mean? Even if you learn one parak, I would not have cut her off. So Rabbi Kiva revealed himself to Kalbas. I'm the guy. I'm the one she married. Nafal alape unishaki al kare. So Kalbas also fell on his face, kissed his feet. Yoavle Pagam gave him half of his money. So Rabbi Kiva overnight became a wealthy man. Parted Rabbi Kiva Avdilele Venazai Hachi. The daughter of Rabbi Kiva did marry Ben Azai and did the same thing about letting Ben Azai go study Torah for a long time. A sheep, the daughter of a sheep, does the same thing. The way the mother does, so does the daughter. Rav Yosef braided Rav Shadri Avula Be Rav Lakamid Rav Yosef. Rav Yosef, son of Rav, was sent to study in Yeshiva Rav Yosef. Paskulei Shis Shani. In the Ksuba, they said he can go for 6 years. After 3 years, he came Erev Yom Kippur home. Omar, I'll go check out how my wife is doing. Shama Avu, his father heard about that he came early. Shakal mana unafak lape. He went out with a gun. Amrle zonatcha niskarta. You're leaving. You're learning because of your going to your wife. He wanted to prevent him from going home. Amrle yoinascha niskarta, mean your dove. So the father and the son were in conflict. Itrud lo marivsik lo marivsik. Neither one ate their Suda Mafsekas because of the fight they were having. Rashi says, Lochlu Suda Yom Kippur Vasikim Bachila Lisanois. Suda Achron Shalev Tishbav Yom Kippur Mkori Suda Mafsekas. But what exactly are we supposed to learn from that? I'm not sure. The father was being makpid that he should go for the 6 years, not come back early. Okay? What does that have to do with Yom Kippur? Mishnah. Amayredes al bailo. So there is a status that a woman is rebelling against her husband. For example, the Gemara will explain what is she not doing for the husband. So if she is poichsen lo miksubos or shiva dinar b'Shabbos, we remove 7 dinar every week, as long as she's in a state of merida, as long as she's in a state of rebellion. Rav Yudam Shiva Trapikim, which is a half a dinar. Ad masayu poiches, and how long do you go? Ad keneged ksubos, until the value of the ksuba goes away. Rabbi Yossi Omer Lo'ilam U'Poiches V'Oilech Achem Tipo LeYerushim HaKamacher Goyvei Mena. No, the fine continues even beyond the ksuba. That even if she got an inheritance from some other place, we would deduct it from all of her assets, and vice versa. Hamoirid Alishto. If the husband does not fulfill the requirements of the ksuba, Moisi Fina Ksuba so Shloisha Dinarim b'Shabbos. You add to the ksuba 3 dinar every week. Now the Gemara asks, "Moiredes mimai." What is the rebellion? What is she not doing? Rav Huna Omer mitash mishamita. She's not agreeing to sexual relations. Rabbi Yosef Rabbi Chanina Omer mi malacha. No, she doesn't want to do malacha for him. It's none. We learn in Mishnah, V'chein hamored al ishto, and the Mishnah says vice versa. The Baal being moired on his tashmish l'chai. I understand tashmish goes both ways. A husband doesn't work for his wife. The wife is meshubit to the husband. What is in the oimer eini zon ve'eini mefarnes? He's moired in the chiyuv of the ksuba to say, I'm not going to give her any parnasa. Rav said, you're not allowed to stay married. You have to divorce her and give her a ksuba. Boy. Yeah, but he might change his mind. In that period of time where he's changing his mind, we have to find, until he divorces her, we give a knas and add to the ksuba. Mason. Achas li arusa nesua. Whether it's an arusa, whether it's nesua, filu nida, filu choila, afilu shomeres yovim. This is regarding merida. Now, bishul mandamim malacha. We're trying to define what merida is. Is it merida from tashmish or malacha? So, if I understand good, we're talking about not working. Good. What do you mean? If she's a nida, of course they can't have relations. So what do you mean she's married, not giving relations? Amar lach. Yeah, but ain't a doma mishesh lo pas pasila mishein lo. Yeah, but even a nida wife, by her saying I don't want tashmish, he's a mitzvah even more than if she was a nida or a choyla. Because somebody who has bread in his bread basket feels better than if the bread basket is empty. So if she denies complete, he feels worse. Because a choyla can't work, but a choyla can have tashmish. So everybody holds that if she holds back tashmish, she's considered a moiredis. Keep pligim malacha. Marsavim malacha lo havi moiredis. That if she holds back malacha, she's not a moired. Marsavim malacha nami havi moiredis. Gufa. Hamoiredis al baila porsin lo miksubas shiva dinarim b'shabbos. Rabbi Noam Shiva Tripikim. A wife who rebels, we deduct from the ksuba. However, the Chachamim changed the law. They voted, and they reached a decision that we don't reduce the ksuba every week. Rather, they make an announcement for 4 weeks. V'shochila Bezdin. And they say, even if the normal ksuba is 1 mana. So they say if your ksuba was 100 mana, you would lose all of it if you don't stop rebelling. And then, if she goes back, fine. And if not, she loses the ksuba. And she loses her ksuba, like the Chachamim say. The halacha is like this. What do you mean? How can she have same answer we gave before. We don't make these announcements out on the street. We do it in the shuls or in the yeshivas. These are days that there's no malacha. People are not in the street, they're in the shuls. Shmami, no, it's a good raya. They also send shlichim from Beis Din to talk to her. One before the announcements, one after. The halacha is like this. Rava, hi borcha. This whole thing is shtus. My borcha said, what kind of shtus? I said the same halacha in front of in the name of a great man, Umanu Rabbi Yosef Reb Chanina. So the EU Rava who said it's shtus kaman savar. Who does he hold like? That the halacha is we talk to her, and in the meantime, while we're talking to her, we reduce the ksuba. Ravuna Amar Rav Sheish halacha einim lachin, but we don't do that. We don't mafsid the ksuba. We said if she doesn't go back from the merida, she loses her ksuba. Hey chidam yemeiredes. So how does merida work? Amra meimar. The amra ba'ina le umitzarna le. He says, I want to stay married to him. But I want to cause him pain because of this, what I'm holding back. Then it's called moiredes. And then she loses her ksuba. But if she says, listen, he's disgusting, we don't force her, like kaifin in law. We don't force her. Only if she's trying to chapel with him do we reduce the value of the ksuba or get rid of the ksuba. But if she says it's ma'us, then we don't do that. That even ma'us, we still force her to stay with the husband. There was a case, Marzutra forced her to stay. A great man, Chanina Besur, came out of that marriage. However, veloi, that's not the halacha. Hasam siyata d'shmaya, but that was special siyata d'shmaya. But the halacha is if it's mos, we don't force her to stay. Kalsid Razvid Imrida, the daughter of Razvid rebelled. Abetvisa Chad Shira. And she was able to grab one item of clothing. Yosef Amem Marzuta Ravashiv Yosef Ragam Davagar Yosef Kami Marda, if seeded blause kayomin. Even the clothing she brought with her, and that's written in the ksuba, she loses though. And therefore she has no right to that clothing that she grabbed. Are you trying to curry favor by saying that maybe she can keep the dress that she has? Because that Rava was asked this question, he didn't really answer it. That she doesn't lose her clothing. By the way, the Halacha Shulchan Aruch says, not like the Rambam and not like Rabbeinu Tam, that if she says Ma'us and the husband wants to divorce her, she doesn't get the ksuba. But we don't force her to stay with him.
Can we say that a woman doesn't lose her the mazonos during the period of nida. Let's say she's rebels him only during her
Doesn't
nida.
lose during the period. She doesn't lose it.
So because she can't live with him anyhow, and all it is maybe her just words are threatening, but she's not really a morid until comes the time when she actually is able to live with him. So right, let's say let's say woman during her period of nida, she says she's morid during that period. We wait until after that the nida is over until she's royal.
No, because of the svara of paspasilo.
So, but that's only a threat. He couldn't live with her anyhow during that period of paspasilo. But after
that's why the Brisa said clearly afilu choila afilu nida. It's the Beferishtika Mishnah.
But
she's considered a merida if she makes the statement that I'm not going to live with you. And then she became the nida doesn't affect it.
I see. So even during that time when she's not allowed,
even during that time she's considered a merida
because he's worried. Okay.
Okay, now tonight.